I don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Who should Manchester United sign to replace Paul Pogba? Part 2 of 3. For cheap good quality football jerseys, go over to www.jerseyfever.com. A link will be left in the description and use coupon code atlantisfootball for 5% off. But before this video starts, just give me 40 seconds to tell you about the OneFootball app. It's completely free to download from the App Store or Google Play Store and has some great video content on there as well. I use this app to keep up to date with the latest football news, and I find it particularly useful during the transfer window as they have a section on the app that has all the latest done deals as well as the current rumours circulating. If you go onto the match section, you can find statistics from pretty much any match from any league in the world, which is what I do for games that I'm not able to watch in full to give myself a general idea of how the game went as well as the style of both teams in the match. If you're a fan of the channel, you'll definitely find this app useful and you'll be helping to support the channel directly, so go and click the link in the description below to get the OneFootball app. So in the first episode of this series, I analysed why Manchester United should sign Eduardo Camavinga to replace Paul Pogba, and the attributes that United should be looking for in a Paul Pogba replacement specifically. Go over and check out that video after this one, because in the third episode of this series, I'll be looking at a third player to replace Pogba, as well as comparing all three of my suggestions. That video will be linked in the description below. So my second option is Inter Milan's Italian central midfielder Nicolo Barella. Barella is 24 in February and was signed firstly on loan from Cagliari in the summer of 2019 for an initial £11 million loan fee before signing permanently this summer for £25 million, meaning that Inter Milan have essentially paid £36 million for the talented Italian. He does still have a contract until 2024, so it's not going to be cheap to prize him away from the Nerazzurri, and in my opinion to sign Barella this summer would cost in the region of £60 million. However, I do think he would be worth it, as Barella is already a top level central midfielder and in the next few seasons will become one of the best in that position. Barella can be best described as an industrious deep line playmaker and reminds me a lot of Luka Modric, and I'll come on to why later. His best role in my opinion would be playing as a deeper creative player in a midfield double pivot, which is perfect for United as this is the exact position they need to fill with Pogba's departure in the summer looking inevitable. Now I know Pogba has been playing on the left of the three in behind Martial in the 4-2-3-1 as kind of a wide advanced playmaker recently. However, Pogba mostly has been used in that midfield double pivot, and that's where United should be looking to sign someone to replace him. However, Barella is a versatile player capable of playing in a few different roles in a few different systems. He could be used as an advanced central midfielder in a 4-3-3 ahead of a deeper single pivot, where he's given more license to push forward into the final third and create. He could also be used in that deeper single pivot position as a regista, though he would need time to develop into this role to become a top level player in it, and he could also be used as a wide central midfielder in a 4-4-2 diamond, which may be useful to Solskjaer as he has tinkered with using a diamond shape in the midfield this season. But at United, Barella would fundamentally be used as a deep line creator alongside McTominay or Fred, or another industrious ball winner should they be brought in. When on the ball, Barella is a very good passer. He has excellent range in his passing, able to switch the play from deep positions with one sweeping long pass. An example is here. Inter Milan are looking to transition the attack quickly after a turnover, and the ball goes into Barella in his own half. He has the vision and passing technique to launch a ball out to the flank, sitting into three down that right channel and in a great counter-attacking position in the final third. This type of pass is something that Pogba excels at, but something that McTominay, Fred and Matic do not consistently have in their locker. A great example of Pogba doing this is against Tottenham in 2018-19. See here, United win the ball back and Pogba receives it in his own half. A lot of players without the creativity of Pogba would look to play a simpler pass inside into Ander Herrera just to keep the attack flowing. However, Pogba sees Rashford's run on the far side, plays an excellent curling pass into his path, which splits the Tottenham defence and gets Rashford running straight into the box before he smashes the ball hard into the bottom far corner. This goal would not have been possible without the vision and long passing accuracy of a player like Pogba, and it's this ability that Barella would also bring to the United midfield. This creativity can be seen as Barella has completed the 7th most key passes of any central midfielder in Serie A this season with 1.3 per 90, was also having an expected assist rate of 0.21 per 90, ranking 21st out of every player in Serie A this season, extremely impressive for a deep lying central midfielder. He also attempts 3.4 long passes per 90, completing 2 per 90 of that. In terms of passes into the final third as well, Barella ranks 15th out of any player in Serie A this season, completing 70 in total, was also ranking 4th for passes into the penalty area with 36 in total, which all shows just how good a creative central midfielder Barella is. Barella is also a very good carrier of the ball, and it's here where the comparisons to Luka Modric become obvious. His tight ball control combined with his low centre of gravity allows him to turn on the ball quickly, move his body weight from one side to the other and drive past opposition players. This makes him extremely valuable as he has the ability to progress the ball up the pitch, and this can be a great way to start a quick transitioning attack from deep. An example is here against Barcelona. Inter Milan win the ball back in their defensive third and the ball settles with Barella, despite having 2 Barcelona players right in front of him, but he's able to use his quick footwork to shift the ball past them and drive up the pitch. This is a part of McTominay's game that has been developing in recent months, but it's still nowhere near Barella's level, and certainly Matic and Fred lack the ability to really push attacks forward by carrying the ball from deep. Another key feature of Barella's game is his ability to get around the pitch quickly. Now this does sound pretty vague, but what I mean is that Barella has the energy to lead a counter-attack and then break up an opposition attack a few moments later if possession is lost. This is because of his stamina and reading of the game, which is something that I would say Fred also possesses, which would make both players excellent pressing central midfielders. However, Barella isn't just a creative player like Modric, he can also be described as an all-round midfielder, having the defensive capabilities that Pogba lacks. Barella is a bundle of energy, being excellent at scurrying across the field to pressurise opposition players and putting a tackle to win the ball back. This season in Serie A he has completed 2.2 tackles per 90, whilst being dribbled past 1.6 times per 90 and has made 1.3 interceptions per 90, the 22nd most of any central midfielder in the league, which are all impressive defensive stats for a player who is at one of the big clubs in the league. However, Barella isn't the finished article just yet. I think his vision and incisive passing ability can improve as he matures, which means that he will be able to open up defensive units with system splitting passes in a way that Pogba is able to do from deep positions. From what I've seen of him, Barella isn't one of those extremely press resistant midfielders like a Tanguy and Dembele, who seem to be able to wriggle out of any situation when under pressure, though this may be because under Conte at Inter Milan, Barella isn't playing in a system or a role where he's expected to keep possession and progress the play from deep positions when under an aggressive press. He does have the tight ball control and passing ability to develop this press resistance, however, under the right coaching. Now if we compare Barella to my previous Paul Pogba replacement option I suggested in the previous video in this series, Eduardo Camavinga, then what I would say that overall Barella is far more of an all-round central midfielder, kind of a mixture between a ball winner, a box-to-box midfielder and a deep line playmaker altogether, whereas I think Camavinga is more of a specialised deep line playmaker because of his incisive passing ability and press resistance being a bit better than Barella's. However, Camavinga doesn't possess the same energy that we do see from Barella, which enables him to motor around the pitch a lot more efficiently. In the final episode of this series, I will be comparing all 3 of my Paul Pogba replacement options and giving my verdict on which of the 3 United should sign if Pogba leaves. I'm also planning to do a tactical analysis of the Burnley-Manchester United game. If that video is already out, you can find it in the description, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on those videos. Download the OneFootball app from the description as well. Check out some of my other videos, follow me on social media and join my group chat on the Flick Football app as well.